All right. So I have to tell you, this idea of coaching, not managing, is not a simile, not an analogy. You can make it an actual reality. You can take your organization and stop treating them like workers and employees, and I'm going to do a little bit of coaching, and you can say, no, you know what, we're an actual team. We're just like a sports team. We have common goals. I need to express those common goals. By the way, your common goals are rooted in your mission, your purpose. So if you understand the calling for your organization, then you can also say, well, and I know what our major goals are. What are we trying to achieve? It's based on our mission. What are we trying to achieve? It might be based on our vision. So now I can have common goals. So guess what? I can have a team that's actually working together on that common goal. And I don't care what area you work in the organization. There's a lot of jobs that go into making that team a success. They're all involved. But they all have to understand what the goal of that team is and the purpose. Why coaching hasn't worked. Right? You know organizations where they go, oh yeah, I coach I coach. No, they don't. So first of all, we treat it as a fad. Right? It's just another technique we can use. It's a check in the box, like my friend Don says. It's a check in the box. I'm not really coaching. I'm just using some techniques that could be called coaching. It's just the latest fad. Or we use it for another word for consulting. Yeah, I coached. I sat down and I told him what he should do. I told him how he's doing it wrong. Isn't that coaching? Is that all a football coach does? Tell you what you're doing wrong? Tell you how to do it right? They communicate with you. You understand the purpose. You understand how your role fits with the rest of the role. You understand why if you didn't put that block on that player, they got through, hurried the pass went awry, they intercepted the pass, we lost 6 points. All because you didn't block. I understand how my role fits in with the big picture. And then I help you get better. Love college coaches. How long does a college coach have a player? 4 years, unless you're some colleges like in Florida. But no, right? 4 years normally. All right, so you got 4 years for that player, and then what happens? They move on. How many businesses would say, yeah, I'm only going to have that employee for 4 years? They want it, right? They don't want them to lose it. I've had employers, I've had leaders actually tell me, no, I don't want to do your plan for professional development. I know you wrote a book on it, and I understand. It sounds good, but I don't want to develop my people. So why not? Because they'll leave. They'll want more money. They'll be able to get a better job at another company. So you're telling me you'd rather not develop them and keep mediocre workers so that you don't lose them. So imagine any team, professional or, because professional teams, they trade their players. College teams lose them after 4 years. High school teams lose them after 4 years. Imagine a coach that says, well, I'm not going to try to get them better than mediocre because they're leaving anyway. Right? Never would think that way. Pro coaches don't even do that. Pro coaches want to make their players the best players they can be, even if they get traded to another team. They get another prospect in, they want to help that player become the best they can be. So you have an altruistic, you have a non-selfish viewpoint of making your players the best players they can be, because guess what? They're the ones out there playing the game. A lot of people involved, but they're the ones who have to play the game. When you work with your workers, they're the ones out there doing the job. We don't fully embrace the concepts of coaching, teamwork, and winning. Like I said, we give it lip service. We're playing with it as a fad. We don't fully embrace it. So how can we make it happen? How can we move from managing to actually coaching, changing the way we do business? Well, one is you need a coach. You need a real coach. And you need to look at sports coaches. Not just, use some coaching. No, it's turn it around, do it all coaching. You can do it all. Winning teams need a common goal. So you have to share the mission. And if you have a vision, you got to share the vision. In fact, as a visionary, your number one job as a visionary, number one job is sharing the vision. Every chance you get, every place you get, you got to share the vision. That's your job. Nothing else. Martin Luther King Jr., his number one job as a visionary was to share that vision every chance he got. He wasn't going to make it happen. He couldn't do it alone anyway. And he wasn't going to form government agencies to make it happen. He wasn't going to raise enough money to make it happen. Couldn't anyway. Right? His job is to share that vision. So we need a common goal. Winning teams need team players. You need to get rid of the people that are not team players. I don't care what business or organization you're in. If you have someone, after you've explained to them the goals, you've explained to them why we exist, you've shown them the vision if you have one, you've helped them professionally develop every chance you got, You're trying to make them better, but if they're not a team player, if they're an Allen Iverson, it's time to get rid of them. Don't keep them just because his shirt sells really well. You need to get rid of them. We know people that get stuck in a job, and I'll say they're stuck, and sometimes on purpose, and they have job security. Why? Because nobody else can do what they do because they don't share with anybody. They do it all on their own. They won't share how it works. They won't document it. They won't teach anybody else because they're scared they'll lose their job to somebody else. Wrong attitude, right? That'd be like a player on a pro team that says, well, I'm not going to, I can do a really good job of rebounding, but I don't want to help anybody else rebound because I might lose my spot on the first team. I might be on the bench. Wrong attitude. Not a team player. You need to get rid of them. Team players have to know the values, plans, and goals of the team. They have to understand your organization, where you're going, why you're going there, and what your vision is for the future. Good coaches put others, their players, first. Now, we always talk about customers first. Customers king. That's great, because customers bring us money. Well, that's great, but we're forgetting what our purpose is. And guess what? Coach has to put the player first. Players have to be developed. Players have to become good, better, best, as good as they can become. And if that means me helping them get a scholarship to a different, like I'm a high school coach, I'm going to help you get a scholarship to a college. If I'm a college coach, I'm going to help you get into the pros. If I'm a pro coach, I'm going to help you get onto a team that might win a championship. I want you to be the best player you can be. I want you to be award-winning. I want you to be in the Hall of Fame someday. That's a good coach.